Hey guys, Chris Wong. I'm filming this video as of September 20th, 2025. I'd like to talk about how the ETFs I invest in, the ones that generate weekly or monthly dividends, how they can be helpful for daycare expenses. So as a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy interested in building a portfolio and trying to achieve FIRE, or trying to make my lifestyle easier while working full-time. I've been thinking about daycare for months or even a few years, because when I got married and had the goal to have at least 1 or 2 kids, I had to think about daycare. And I always had discussions with my wife and other couples or like other co-workers about how expensive daycare is. I remember a few people were telling me how one partner ended up resigning from work because the daycare expense cost as much as the job income itself. I remember hearing from other couples or other co-workers that they had to continue working because the daycare expense was so high, and if they stopped working, they wouldn't have money to eat or pay their rent or their mortgage. So I myself still have to work full time. I don't make enough dividend income to live off of and fully retire from work. So daycares can be quite expensive, and they could be at least a few $100s, even at least $1,000, depending on which daycare your kid gets accepted into. So working on my portfolio to trying to maximize my monthly or weekly dividends, I would say these dividends are going to be a big help to daycare expenses that are going to come up in a few months. I know when I talked to other people, there was a lot of stress from others talking about how they still have to work their full-time job, they had their expensive cars or mortgage to pay off, and then they want to take their kids to daycare for development or to be able to continue their full-time jobs. And then if they stop working, there's no money coming in to pay off all their expenses. So a few months ago, to prepare for daycare expenses, I actually decided to switch some of my US listed holdings in my Wealthsimple TFSA and put them into HHIS or MSTE or even other high yield Canadian ETFs. That way I can focus on the monthly dividends from Canadian holdings. That way I don't have to worry about 15% withholding tax or conversion fees. I can just focus on trying to increase my income, pay the daycare expenses when I start getting charged for it. I'm glad around that time when I made that decision, HHIS and other high income shares became available. I actually feel comfortable using HHIS as one of my biggest holdings and to help me with my monthly income. So with daycare expenses, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same monthly expense every single month until further notice. So I would prefer to have Canadian listed ETFs that pay me the same dividend every single month. And even if it's off by a few cents, I'm okay with that. So HHIS, so far it's paid the same 25 cents a share every single month since the fund came out. So I'm actually feeling comfortable putting a lot of my money into HHIS. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. I hope you guys liked the video. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. Otherwise, please subscribe to my channel for future videos. Thank you guys for watching.